It's Friday, which means it's STS, Shoot the Shit with DSP time. I am here for you. I'm excited that you're here. I've got I think, a pretty good message today. Kind of get you focused on your people because we need good people. So if you're here for Shoot the Shit with DSP in the right place, do me a favor, make sure you're logged into your Google account, your YouTube account. They're synonymously the same thing. So you can participate in the chat. Give me a good morning. Let's see if all this, my technology is working. We've got Chicago Taco Authority. Jose's in the house, says GM. Good morning, David. Good morning to you, Jose. It is good to have you. Looks like Steve Eller's in the house. What's going on, Steve? I hope you're having a great time at home. I hope it's sunny. Hope it's not rainy. You know, somebody's got to make sure that you have good weather because you got to start riding bikes again. That skiing thing, that's over. Skiing's over for the season. Again, if you're joining us, do me a favor, make sure you log into your Google account, your YouTube account, same thing, so you can participate in the chat. We've got Mastermind, aka VaporX, is in the house. Good morning, Big D. What up, my friend? Good to see you. Mary DeLeon is in the house. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great morning. By the way, thank you for the support on the live help desk yesterday. I thought, I know I sometimes force input on you because I use lots and lots of words, but truly appreciate what you bring to the table. And you have a shit ton of knowledge, dude. I really appreciate you. We've got Carlos Z's in the house. What's up? Good morning, DSP. Happy to be here. I'm happy to have you as well. It was good to see you on the RTF group coaching call the other day. I certainly hope that when I'm on those calls that I don't hijack what Steve and Mary have produced there. But you know, I'm going to be me. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to get started here in just a second. I'm just going to double check YouTube. Everything is working fine. It looks like team says everything is working fine. So I think we are in a good place where we could probably get this thing going. So let's do it. Welcome to Shoot the Shit with DSP. STS with DSP happens every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube, travel schedule permitting. We're going to invest about 30 minutes out of your day to get pumped about the upcoming week and get excited about crushing your goals and finding the motivation to be the best you possible. Plus, I'll answer your burning questions. I'm Dave Scott Peters, creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula and your coach. Before we get started again, make sure you're logged in your YouTube account, easy for me to say, your Google account, same thing, so you can participate in the chat because I'm going to do my little portion at the beginning, and then I open it up to your questions, your comments, your needs. Let's get started. Let me hit you with something that might sting a little bit. Your people aren't the problem. Your lack of systems is. This week on a group coaching call, I had multiple restaurant pros, restaurant owners that I've been working with for a long time, ask the same question. It literally started in the morning with a one-on-one coaching call, moved into the group call, and the same topic popped up. Basically this, David, when do I let someone go? Especially when they used to be good. That's a tough one. Because now when you start to think about it, if they've been with you for a long time, if you feel that they were good employees, that they're good people, now it's emotional. There's history. There's loyalty. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Good people don't fail. Undefined expectations do. Think about it. You bring somebody in. They're strong. They care. They show up. Then slowly, things slip. Standards drop, consistency disappears, performance declines. And you think, they're just not the same anymore. Think about that. We bring on people, right? Do know in the interview process, we've got people, that's the best they're ever going to be. Like it's ta-da, jazz hands. Nobody's at their best every single day. So when you're interviewing somebody, that is absolutely their best. So you've got to think, I don't have this person every day they show up. But you'd like to think there's some consistency to their personality and who they are. So they matched appearance needs, they matched the willingness to work, they match your core values. They're trainable. And you think, man, this would be a good addition to our team and our culture. So you bring them on. And again, next thing you know, you had this great person and you go, they're an idiot. They suck. The truth of the matter is, I don't think we hire idiots. I think we create idiots by not having our systems in place. Proper supervision and accountability, which we're going to talk about. So when you say to yourself, they're just not the same anymore, maybe, but more often, they walked into chaos, and chaos always wins. Chaos. In your restaurant, there's the day I show up, I was excited I accepted the job. I show up, and the manager on duty, the person who's supposed to be training me, goes, "Oh, I don't have an employee file for you. We ran out of handbooks, and we'll get your paperwork done tomorrow." And now I've got to start thinking, what decision did I make? I was excited about working here. Now they don't have their shit together. The chaos starts. Oh, better yet, you were supposed to train with Sally, but she's out today. Just follow that guy. Follow Tim. That's not a training system. So now I've got to follow somebody and hopefully pick up the things you want me to know. I have to deduce what is real training and what is just me following somebody and might be common sense. Chaos is when you show up to a shift, there's not enough people and the manager's going crazy and it's hard to get any help from anybody and you're embarrassed, so you roll back and just kind of hide. Go through the day and hope that it goes well, and you look around and you've got the manager running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Nobody on the team is getting the job done the way it should be done, but they don't know it. They're brand new. This is just the way it is in this restaurant. And the more that somebody doesn't hold people accountable to a standard, the more you accept mediocrity, the more you accept inconsistency, which we'll talk more about, the more these things happen, that becomes what your restaurant is. Chaos wins. Chaos always wins. And here's the hard truth. Talent without systems turn into inconsistency, like I said. You could have the most talented line cook, but because you don't have a system on who's supposed to be firing an order when, and they're the grill person, and they go, "Man, I'm the best grill person in the world, and I frickin' put down a steak, and it's stellar, and I put it in the window." But because nobody's got a system on how we call out tickets and all days, and coordinating timing, what a steak takes versus French fries versus something else, pork chop versus pasta. And because the other stations are behind, the grill person put up the steak and it's dying in the window and it is a ticket ahead. Could have this great grill cook, but now I'm pissed off. Why did you put up that steak? I'm losing money. I'm going to sell it and it's going to be cold, or it's going to be overcooked now while it sits in the plate. And man, I thought you were a talented grill cook. Yeah, I can be a talented grill cook. But without systems, you have inconsistencies. See, systems turn average people into rock stars. Let that sink in. You don't build a great restaurant with great people. Don't get me wrong, I need great people. But that's not the key. You build a great restaurant with great systems that guide your people. See, whether I have a great person or I've got an up-and-comer, somebody who might be average. The fact is, I put those systems in place and I give them the guidance, no matter how good or average you are. You have the tools to be successful. You know what the job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when. You have management and supervisors who know what your job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when, which creates consistency in leadership, consistency in management, consistency in accountability, consistency in the guest experience, consistency in your profits, consistency in happy employees, your team members. Because every day is kind of like clockwork. Because even your best people get tired, distracted, comfortable. And when there's no system, they start freelancing. And that's where we get into trouble. We've got our freelancing best employees. They're the ones we don't pay attention to because at least they get the job done. Everybody else is a pain in my ass, but they're doing their own thing. They're freelancing. They're taking tables out of order. They are not greeting people. They're just doing what they do to make the money they need to based on their experience. They're freelancing. And freelancing in a restaurant is where profits go to die. Freelancing is when a guest is left at a table for more than 2 minutes wondering if somebody's going to greet them. Freelancing is a cook on the line who, instead of using the portion tool, grabs a handful of French fries and puts 8 to 10 ounces of French fries on the plate. All of a sudden, I've got a guest that goes, wow, it's way too much. Or another guest go, these fries are cold. Because they died in the window, because I don't have a system in place. Because we don't care. We sandbag. We did a whole bag of fries. We put them in. We drained them. We frickin' put them in, salted them, and let them die in the window because we thought we'd be that busy, but we're putting out shitty product. Freelancing is a bartender who just free pours with no training, no restrictions, puts out a different cocktail every single time, and overpours, which means you're losing money. Freelancing are untrained people, which means I need more people on the line. I need more people with stations. I need more people at the host station. I need more people because we can't handle things. So all of a sudden, freelancing is where your profits go to die. And this is where most restaurant pros screw it up. When I've got people not getting things done the way I want them to, and I start thinking they're idiots, and I think, man, do I fire this person? They jump straight to, I think I need to fire them. Hold on. Before you let someone go, ask yourself, did I set them up to succeed or expect them to figure it out? Because if you don't have clear training systems, written processes, checklists, accountability, then you don't have a people problem. You have a leadership problem. The very first piece of the restaurant prosperity formula is you becoming the leader your restaurant needs. You have got to give people your expectations, what the job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when. You have to give them documented checklists that you can impose your will without being there, that your employees can be successful without you being there to micromanage them. You've got to have systems in place for training to make sure your team does it your way every single time, that your guest gets the same experience, the same plate presentation and portion and temperature, to the same experience at the table, the same drink, the same greeting, the same everything. Because systems create that consistency. What the job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when. And so let's make this real. Think about it. Your kitchen's inconsistent. One day food is perfect, next day is off. Right? You go nuts. You go, I just hired all these talented people. In fact, I listened to my kitchen manager, my chef. I started paying more for people. David, you're not paying enough for the market. If you want good people, we got to pay. So you bring good people in, but you don't train them. You don't give them systems. You rely on whatever experience they had, wherever they were, and let them just do their thing, freelance. And you know what? There's a Friday night that they are professionals. They are rocking it out like you are crushing it. You have record sales. Ticket times are great. Food is going out perfect. No errors. My kitchen, unbelievable. Yet the same cooks on a slow Tuesday start screwing around, snapping towels, talking about what they did this past weekend, and talk about, bitch and moan about some of the serving staff, and they're kind of on their heels, and tickets come up, and they go out and have a smoke break, and tickets came up, and they fall behind, and they make errors, and maybe they're doing an extra station that because you're cutting labor and they aren't trained on it, so they reinvent the dish, and all of a sudden you've got pissed off guests, long ticket times, food that needs to be comped, servers that are frustrated because their orders aren't right, managers going, what the hell? You think, my cooks suck. No, your systems suck. Because if everyone plated a plate the same way, or if they're not plated the same way, if they're built the same way every day, think about this. Every time, you've got good systems. If they're not plated the same way every single time, That's not a people issue. That's missing recipes, build charts, expo systems, line checks. Your system, your process, your way. What the job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when. This means you're asking your team members to rely on memory. And I got news for you. Memory is unreliable as hell. If you have people, again, follow that person training, and they've got to remember what's supposed to happen. 9 times out of 10, when I go to a restaurant, you know you have the brand new employee who is not trained as a server. Because you ask questions, they go, I don't know, I need to ask. I don't know, I'm new here. I don't know, this is my first day on the floor. How do you expect to have a great Google review? How do you expect to have a great Yelp review? How do you expect to have repeat business when my experience is, I don't know, it's my first day on the floor? I literally had this experience not a couple weeks ago in San Diego. I spoke at the Bar and Restaurant Expo, the Pizza Expo in Vegas, drove to San Diego for a race. We started looking for restaurants, my teammates and I, just a small group of us, 5 of us that were staying together. And we're in San Diego on the beach, and we put our name in one place. Oh, one of my teammates remembered another place. Let's go there instead of waiting. And it was a disaster. Just a disaster. I don't know, I'm new. I have to ask the kitchen manager. I don't know. And forgetful and disappear, not great hospitality, no training. Let's flip that though. Have you ever seen an average employee walk into a highly systemized restaurant? They crush it. Because the system tells them what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and what right looks like. That's consistency. That's scalability. So back to the question. When do you let someone go? After you've given them every system, every tool, and every clear expectation. And if they still choose not to perform, then you know. We don't let go of them before that. Because think about it this way. If you fire someone without fixing your systems, you're just hiring your next problem. Different face, same result. Now, I get it. Sometimes we screw up. Maybe it's our fault. I get it. Can't change my systems overnight, and sometimes I've got a bad apple and I've got to let them go. I understand that. But if you don't fix your systems, you're going to be on this merry-go-round. It's just going to go round and round and round. And it's not going to change. So here's what you're doing Monday. Review your team. Go up and down the roster. Front of house, back house, management. Don't care who they are. Go down your team. Objectively, not emotionally. Who is struggling? Pick one person, the one person who's so frustrating, it frustrates you the most. You're like, why don't they listen? Why don't they do their job? And now ask yourself, if I had to guarantee their success, take ownership. If I had to guarantee their success, what system is missing? Is it training, checklists, clear expectations, accountability? Then build or refine one system, not 10, one. Build or define one system. Make sure you define what winning looks like. Like, I put the system in place, what's the result I'm looking for? Without a result in mind, how do you know what success looks like? Then watch what happens. They either step up or they don't. It's black and white. That's what I love about systems. They take personalities out of it. You either did your job or you didn't. I train you on what your job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more important by when. I verify you can do these things on your own. So we get rid of the, I didn't know I was supposed to do that way. I didn't know I was supposed to do that every day. I didn't know. No, we make sure they know. Because I have a clear training process. I have clear expectations. I have management enforcing those standards called accountability. Now, all of a sudden, things are getting done my way every single day. There's a system, a process, a way, my way. I've got management inspecting what they expect. I've got employees who love structure and are glad that everybody's being held to the same standard. I've got clarity, not emotion. That's leadership. Stop chasing better people. Start building better systems. Because when your systems are right, you don't need unicorns. You create them. That concludes my portion of STS with DSP. Now it is time for your questions, your comments, and what's going on in your places. Let me get my chat back up over here. I don't know why this goes off. Nothing from my team, so let's go into here. I've got VaporX, aka Mastermind, says, systems and training create food service professionals. Amen. Also says, no systems equal survival mode. Agreed, my friend. George Anderson's in the house. What's going on, Big George? Sorry, just made the turn at Augusta. You're playing golf on Augusta right now? Is that what you're doing? That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I love when a restaurant owner can go do something fun and get out of their place. Well, we've got about a 15-second delay, so I'm going to give you a little time to type in your questions, comments, anything you've got into the chat, which means if you're just joining me new, make sure you have logged into your Google account or your YouTube account. They're the same thing, so you can participate in the chat, and I can bring your comment up and answer your questions. How are we doing on time? We are doing pretty good on time. We've got time. George says, you hit it. No, you're hitting it. I haven't played golf in over a decade. I used to play when I was a chief operating officer at Famous Sam's. I used to probably play golf twice a week. Once a week with a vendor trying to woo us and for our chain, and then probably once a week with one of my franchisees, because when you're on the golf course and you put your phones down, all you can do is talk and create the relationship and learn. And so I used to play a ton. Was not good, just so we're clear. But the fact of the matter is, I have not played golf in well over a decade. So I'm not hitting anything, brother. And so at this point, if I were to swing a club, I'd probably hit the big ball before the little ball. That would be the earth. For those of you who don't golf, I'd be what we call a post-hole digger. Anyway. All right, what kind of questions do we have? Do we have nothing? Nothing? Let's see how we're doing here. I've got nothing right in the chat. There is a bunch of, we've got one of our biggest groups on here right now in a while, and nothing, huh? Let's talk about a couple things then. I put up a QR code. You guys know the drill. I'm going to self-promote. Why wouldn't I? For those of you who are not members of mine, do me a favor, scan that QR code, get on a call with Ryan James, and learn about what our membership is like, and maybe we can help. Maybe we can't. I like to think we're right for everybody, but we're not. But we're a restaurant training coaching company, and we help people like George go golf. But I got news for you. George was a pretty sharp operator before he got to me. The other part is this. I want to remind you that my 2-day seminar is coming up in Vegas, May 13th and 14th, I believe. That's a Wednesday, Thursday. Make sure you go to davidscottpeters.com, click on the live seminar link at the top and learn more about it. It's only $500 a seat. 2 days, I send you home with all the systems you need to make change, the motivation you need to make change, the follow-up videos and spreadsheets to make change so you can achieve restaurant prosperity, freedom for your restaurant, the financial freedom you deserve. Whether you're a member and you want to just kind of see the whole picture together and bring a manager and drink the Kool-Aid in a good way to buy in, or you have no desire to ever join my coaching program, but you want the same systems and tools I give my members, this is your opportunity. Love to see you there. Let's see, Carlos says, what should the manager do when an employee breaks a policy or doesn't follow the rule? Is a write-up a document that should be on a spreadsheet? Okay, so there's a couple things. One of the things you've got to do is, for everybody listening, is you've got to have a standard disciplinary program. I like my disciplinary program that I like to set up is like a cast iron coffee pot. Now, Mary, who's in the background here, hates when I use this analogy because how many people have seen a cast iron coffee pot? But it's what I've been saying for 23 years, so it ain't changing. So think about it this way. A disciplinary program is this. It's like a cast iron coffee pot. When you put a cast iron coffee pot on the flame and it reaches boiling point, it whistles, it gives warning. A cast iron coffee pot, when I touch it, it burns, it's immediate. A cast iron coffee pot, every time I touch that hot coffee pot, it burns me, it's consistent. No matter who touches the cast iron coffee pot, they get burned. It's impersonal. So make sure there's a warning. Make sure that it's immediate. Make sure that it is consistent. Make sure it does not rely on whether I like you, I dislike you, you've been here long, you're related, does not matter. It's impersonal. So you need to set up what your policy is. Now, it could be a little different for drinking on the job versus I didn't do my side work. I would start with a warning. And a verbal warning, by the way, is a written warning. It does go in their file. Whether it's on a spreadsheet and you're keeping track there, whether it's in your HR software, whether it's in your scheduling software, somewhere, or in their file, their paper file, somewhere we need to keep track that they've had a warning. Then you get a written warning or write-up, right? Say we have my verbal warning, I've got a write-up, that's written as well. And then upon the third or fourth strike, depending on what your disciplinary program is, we have termination. So the question is not what should I do? It's when I have that policy, it's clear. It's a verbal warning, it's a written warning, it's a written warning and or termination. That's it. If we're not consistent, then the policy doesn't matter. Then we've got employees who go, I hate rules. Because the reality is employees love rules. What they hate is the inconsistency in management enforcing those rules. One person gets away with murder, I get thrown to jail. That's really it. So, there's no wrong answer, Carlos. But it starts with having a disciplinary program in your handbook. Everybody signed that handbook. And every manager enforces the same rules, the same way, every single day. That's consistency. That's critical. George says, your advice is spot on. Any owner should think if someone offered them $3 million to do franchise, what system will you have? Yeah, right. You gotta have a system, a process, a way. Systems drive everything. Now, I've got news for you. George and I have similar years in the business. We are, can't tell from our haircuts, but we're in our gray years. And the beautiful part about that is there's nothing new. So like somebody with George already had systems in his place. What he needed was younger managers to learn the systems. And sometimes, if not most of the time, one of the challenges is our management team, we're never an expert in our own backyard. George could say something, and I could say it. They ignore what George says, but I'm the brightest person in the world because I'm not George. Meaning you're never an expert in your own backyard. And here is a top operator who recognizes those things and wants to think outside the box and get his team the support he needs. And quite honestly, sometimes George will tell you, I remind him of shit that he just plumb forgot or stopped doing. Doesn't matter if you're green or you're seasoned. We all need systems. And sometimes we need the support to make sure that we get through our day, we get through our business, we make things work. But if you thought you were going to franchise your system, think about it this way. A system is this. Anything in your business that you do, that you want somebody else to do, that's not critical. So you may be the only one to write a budget, but anybody can write a schedule when you have a system in place. Anybody can order when you have a system in place. Anybody can follow a checklist when you have a system in place and open and close the restaurant. Anyone can run to the bank. Anyone can buy pens. Anyone can buy paper clips. You get the picture. What you should be thinking about is, if I wanted to grow this to 10 locations. And I had 10 locations. What you're doing today in your business, you as the owner, if I had 10 locations, could I do this in all 10 locations today? If the answer is no, then you need a system. Do you understand? We can't be in 10 restaurants at once. How are you going to impose your will without being there? I've got members now who visit their restaurants for all intents and purposes. They have a scheduled manager meeting they're a part of. Otherwise, they come in and out of their businesses when they want. They're not on the schedule. They're not required. They don't have managers texting them every single day, what do I do? They still inspect what they expect. They still hold managers accountable. They still run and lead their business, but they're not required to be there every single day. That's what you've got to get to. And that's not your people. That's your systems. That's the theme of today. Yes, good people matter, but we create them. Better yet, we create bad people without systems. Let's see, Carlos says, cast iron, love it. Thank you, David. You're welcome. The analogy's easy. I can't make it any other coffee pot, even though it drives Mary nuts. I see you rolling your eyes, Mary. I know. How are we doing on time? All right, we've reached our limit. Now let me double check. I believe I've got a STS next week. Let me give you that real quick. Go to my calendar. Next Friday. Yes. Next Friday, there is a Shoot the Shit with DSP. I will be here live on YouTube because my travel schedule permits. Know that I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll either scan the QR code, learn about our membership. I hope that you will check out, go to davidscottpeters.com, click on the live seminar link, and I'll see you in Vegas, May 13th and 14th. And Mary says, ha, so she's laughing at me. And George Anderson says, perfect, David. I appreciate you, Mary and Steve. We appreciate you too, my friend. Very much so. And Mary throws one last comment before I go. I guess it's because I've never been camping. It's okay. We can agree to disagree. Anyway. Scan the QR code, go to davidscottpeters.com, learn about our seminar, pick your poison. Worst case scenario, keep showing up here on Friday for Shoot the Shit with DSP. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go out there, kick some ass, and remember, Monday, you got homework. We'll see you next week on STS.